TPS Group of Companies presents the Priority Safety Podcast. Each week, we share important safety tips and stories that you can use within your organization and in your workplace. This is a Priority Safety Podcast.
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for having me back. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, John. It's good to see you too.
So today I am talking about getting prepared for back to school safety. You know, everybody's going to be excited. I know the kids are excited to get back to school, believe it or not. My grandson loves it. My granddaughter is going to be starting this year, so she's pumped. So everybody is excited for different reasons. Get back to see their friends, get back to see some of their teachers, get back just to doing something different, getting out of the house. You know, a lot of these kids that are getting ready for back to school have one thing on their mind, and it's not necessarily their safety. So it's back to school time, and as school doors open, traffic gets a little heavier on the streets. People are back from holidays, school buses and public transit are on regular routes, and more people are walking, cycling, and even driving to school. So to help with the transition and share the road safety, I have some safety tips here to help everyone stay safe this upcoming school year. So, observing school zone speeds. So, although you should always obey posted speed limits, it's especially important during the school year. Children crossing the road on the way to school and from school can easily get distracted and step into harm's way. So, slowing down and being vigilant is crucial to keeping kids safe. So, children are often out throughout the day, at recess, lunch, and for certain classes, so it's important to drive slowly throughout the day. So starting this year, so September of 2023, some residential areas in Sudbury will have their speed limits reduced. So this is part of the Gateway Speed Limit pilot program that's being adopted here in Sudbury.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard of that.
You haven't heard of that? So this program it's going to start this September. It's going to run until the end of next year. So the city is looking at reducing speed limits in residential areas from 50 to 40. But more importantly, speed limits in those zones that have school zones are going to drop from 40 to 30 kilometers an hour. So it's not in every school zone, but it's going to be in school zones that fall within this pilot program area. Now, the signposts will be posted, and people will be expected to look at this and reduce their speed when they're in school zones to 30. So don't think because you've been driving the same road for many years that it's always going to be 40 when you go through school. If your residential area happens to fall within this pilot program, then it's down to 30. So it's important that you know the area you're driving through, abide by the speed limits that are posted, and of course, being vigilant with the kids anyway. Obeying the crossing guards. So a crossing guard is there to keep the children safe. That's their job. If you come up to a set of lights and the lights turn green, but the crossing guard still says stop, is in the middle of the crosswalk, then follow their direction and not the traffic lights. There might be a child still crossing the street that you can't see, or somebody's coming up ready to cross. The end of the day, the crossing guard supersedes everything. So if they say stop, you stop. If they say go, you go. But in no way should you be, just because the light is green, trying to inch out over that crosswalk. Watch for darting children. So kids are small, easily distracted, and for drivers, they can create dangerous situations on the road. So when you're in an area, whether you know it's either a playground or just a residential area or even at schools, be vigilant and alert behind the wheel. You never know when a small child might just step out from between parked cars or off the sidewalk. You know, your fast reflexes might be needed to prevent an accident, but if you're going slow enough, it's going to be a lot easier to stop if and when a situation like that occurs. And that could be anything. Kids on bikes, they just, you know, they're excited to be outside. They're running around. They don't think about the traffic and they run out. So just be mindful in those areas. Keep your speed down. Go slowly. Keep your head on a swivel and watch out for those situations. And lastly, school buses. So most mishaps take place outside the bus. Make sure children don't arrive too early for the school bus. So if you have kids and your bus doesn't arrive until 7:30, don't put your kids out on the road at 7. So closer to when then the bus arrives. Make sure the children wait well away from the road, so they're not standing right on the road, they're standing well back. The bus knows where to stop, so the bus is going to stop anyway. Kids don't need to be right on the curb, as the traffic's going by. Keep them well back. And they stay back until the school bus comes to a full stop too. Explain too with your kids, when you have your kids, that they must walk. If they're going to get off the bus and they're going to walk away and cross in front of the bus, that they stay at least 10 feet in front of the bus so the bus driver can see they're there. Now, with the buses, the school buses, I know they have that swinging out arm, and that's to keep, again, for the kids that don't cross in front of the bus driver can see them. They walk across, and the bus driver can follow them right across the road. You shouldn't pass the school bus when the lights are flashing, and always drive slowly in that general area where you see a bus. Anticipation is key. The bus is going to stop. You see a group of kids standing by the side of the road. Don't try and speed past the bus. They're not stopped for long. When they stop, when the lights are flashing, slow down, stop. The stop sign comes out. Wait for everything to come back in, the lights to go out, and then you can proceed. But that way we know that the kids are on the bus safely, or the kids have gone off the bus safely and crossed the road and they're home. So, like I said, it's not far away now. We're going to see lots of buses on the road, lots of excited kids just chomping at the bit to get back to school, to their friends. And the last thing on their mind is going to be those cars and everything else that's going by. So please help them out and be mindful of that. And we'll get through this year with kids all wanting to be at school. That'll be a good thing, right?
I hope so. I don't think my kids are very excited to go back to school, but
oh, come on. They're just joshing with you. Well, if they have a nice mom or nice mom and dad that look after them and takes them on holidays and treats them like whatever, then they don't want to go back to school. But I'm sure when they know their friends are going there, they'll be excited about it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, John. That's a very important topic. So I appreciate you sharing those tips with us.
You're very welcome. Happy to do so.
Thanks so much for listening. Remember to subscribe if you're enjoying the podcast so you can stay up to date with all of the new episodes coming out. Feel free to give us a rating to let us know that you're enjoying the content. And remember to make safety a priority.